Welcome back to Adult Play Therapy. I'm your host, the original John 20.
This is Jerry P.
And today we are back in Hooters, Cedar Hill, Texas. But with us, we have a very special young lady. We are introducing to you Miss Charlotte Watson Allen.
Hi, glad to be here. I am Dr. Charlotte Watson Allen, and I am the author of Breaking Free, Living Beyond the Lies Our Mothers Taught Us, as well as a licensed psychologist and a principal in one of the local ISDs.
Wonderful. Now, see, I didn't want to say doctor because I want to, I didn't want to give it away. But there you go. I told you she was special.
Yeah.
And it's very important that on our show we have special individuals like this because we don't want you to just think that we just blowing smoke. We're serious about what we do, and we want you guys to be as knowledgeable as possible. Therefore, like I said, we're here in Cedar Hill. We're at Hooters. How do you feel about that, bro?
Yeah, man, we loving it, man. Every weekend, week out, they show love to us, man. Everybody's great here. The waitresses are here to serve, and everyone's cheerful and bouncy in here. So
there you go.
We just loving the environment. And Cedar Hill, 7 o'clock Thursdays at the Hooters. Come by and drop in with us.
Yes, sir.
Be a part of the studio audience. We might even have you on the show. So yeah, come holler at us.
We have to always thank our sponsors because we know they take good care of us.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get into the show.
We're going with the topic.
Let's get it, bro.
Number one. Okay, we're gonna delve into the question: what keeps a man coming back home?
There
What
you
keeps
go.
a man coming back home? After a year, after 5 years, after 10 years,
There you
after
go.
20 years. What makes a man say, you know what? I gotta make it home. I got to make it home.
We always talking, for the
Wow.
ladies on different shows, and whenever you turn television on, the media, it support women very well, and we love women. Don't get us wrong, but we love ourselves too.
We do.
And in this show, we want to tackle both sides. But this is a very good topic.
It's a very good
What
topic.
keeps your husband coming home to you?
Man.
I'm gonna tell you
Wow.
like this. In my opinion, I put together a small list.
Okay. Okay. All right.
My small list consists of, in my opinion, how we as men feel. The things that keep us home to those women who have a man that consistently come back home.
Yeah.
Number one would be peace.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you give him a sense of peace,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? That he knows that you love him, he'll come home. Number two, since I said it, love. Show him you love him. Show him you appreciate him.
Okay.
Show him you respect him. Okay? And then number three,
The other P.
the other thing.
Uh-oh.
Take care of your man.
Take care of your man.
Yeah.
That's
I always like to say,
I'm gonna say prayer. What you talking about?
prayer.
Okay,
A family
that
that pray
too.
together, stay together.
That too.
Prayer.
But at the end of the day, you got to take care of your man.
Absolutely.
It is very important. You expect us to take care of you, but we also have feelings, and we expect you guys to take care of us. We need to know that we're loved.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? More than just told.
Absolutely.
More than
Right.
spoken.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because
So,
we deal with so much in the world, day in and day out. As you only speak for us, but men of color, whether it be in the workforce, whether it be societal issues going on and stuff like that, we deal with so much in the world that when we come home, like you said, that's where we want our peace to be. And if we got to go there to a war zone,
yeah.
And this is a really good topic because I'm actually researching this topic for my next book.
Yes.
That will be entitled "Creating a Home." Creating an environment worth coming home to. Is keeper of the castle. So what is going on at that house that does make him? And so far, I've interviewed couples who've been married 50 years. And I feel like they have a pretty good track record. They can offer a lot of wisdom to us.
Yeah.
And peace is probably the number one thing that they have all said.
wow.
Because if they have that peace, they've gone outside of the home, just like you said, every day fighting for their family. And they have to deal with so much rejection and so many of those hardships.
Right.
When they come home, they just want to be the king of their castle.
There you go.
And so that is, I think if they have that, everything else will matriculate at peace, man.
Speaking from a woman's perspective, is that a difficult thing to facilitate?
Good question.
That is an excellent question.
It is.
It depends on that person.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I really believe that peace starts with you, within you.
Okay.
And so if you are not a peaceful person, you're going to bring all kinds of hell to your house.
Oh, wow.
And so we have to make sure that we, John said it just a moment ago, yes, we have to take care of ourselves. And so when we don't have that balance and find that peace that we need, then absolutely we are just, it breeds chaos in our house, in our home.
Yeah, and I mean, even with that though, I mean, do some people have the capability to be peaceful? Like, cause I ran into people where it's like,
Do they
it's
have
like,
the
hey, you don't
capability?
even know how to. Maybe you weren't shown, maybe you weren't bred in peace.
Right.
But
Meditate. Go to church.
And once again, hurting people hurt people.
Yes.
And so if in fact you are a person who is bitter, particularly a female who's bitter, they've been in relationships and they've not let go of that hurt, then yes, it is hard for me to now be peaceful in the household.
Wow.
It's not something you can just fall into.
You cannot just fall in it, and it's something that you have to work on every day. And if you are from a biblical perspective, the enemy is going to always find ways to keep you divided.
Yeah.
And so we have to work on that every day to make sure that we have hard days at work too.
Yes.
But because we know that he's the king of the castle, we're going to make sure that we figure out how to orchestrate ours, not downplay it. We're just as important.
Right.
But we need to make sure that there is a comfort level for him when he comes home, so that now he can function and lead the family.
Well, you know what? One other thing that I've noticed? I noticed that a lot of that has to do with being generational. You see what I'm saying? If your mother and daddy had hell when you were growing up, and their mother and daddy had hell in the house when they were growing
Absolutely.
up, I feel like that is just something that you're used to, and you take it into your relationships,
Kinda
all of
embedded
your
in it.
relationships.
Well,
Yes.
we do what we see.
Right.
Not
Right.
necessarily what we hear.
Right.
And so if we've seen our moms be hellish at home, and sometimes, and I'm not going to say they had the right to be, but there were some hellish situations going on at the house.
Most definitely.
There was some instances.
Yeah, and so-
Especially with men too, you know what I'm saying? Because we bring in a
Absolutely.
lot of issues and problems too. We don't know how to
Absolutely.
control anger.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't know how to meditate, count backwards, and move
Infidelity,
forward.
you know.
Yeah, infidelity, all types of things.
Definitely the
Alcoholism.
infidelity, all of those
Types of
things.
right.
So mama, during that time, most of them didn't work, or they had to depend on the man
Yeah,
in the household. Well, now I don't need your money. I can make just as much money as you do.
Got it.
So I don't have to put up with it. So I can be hellish with you because now I have devalued you.
And even though financially, fiscally, women have raised the bar and even raised above us when it comes to that. Are we competitors at this point? Do a lot of women look at it like that?
Man, and I feel they do.
Yeah.
Do you not know? When you look
Yep.
at television, when you look at the news or whatever, when you look at other talk shows, those are one of the topics that are always brought up. Now that a woman is actually able to make as much money, if not more,
It's
as
the
a man.
breadwinner,
Yeah,
basically,
is the
now.
breadwinner now. How they view relationships. How do they move
Yeah.
within the relationship?
Yeah.
Because navigation in a relationship when you make more money can be a little tricky because you do have some insecure men out there that just
Absolutely.
don't understand that. Hey,
Absolutely.
I'm the type of person, I wish I'd had an Oprah. Do you not know I'd sit back and I'd stay, hey, baby, what you need me to do today?
Right.
What you need me to do today?
Hey, come on.
And
come
so,
on.
and so it's all a mindset then.
Yeah.
It's a mindset, because if he is very insecure, now you've always got to prove to him that he is the man.
There you go.
And
Everything's
so
gonna be triggered.
everything. Why we got to pay the house? Look, and that is a true example. I had my ex-husband ask me, why did we? At that time, I owned the house.
Okay.
Why do we have to pay the house note on time?
Oh, God.
Because we need somewhere to live.
There you go.
But because at that time that was the situation, it was a struggle, trying to make sure that he knew he was the man, but because of his own, insecurities.
But then again, like, come on, don't mess up my credit. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You got to pay it on time because it's on my back. Like, love means, see, that's the right thing. we do need peace at home in order for us to come through at home. But I think women need to start reevaluating the people that they associate themselves with.
Absolutely.
Now, after you evaluate yourself, young lady, you know what I'm saying? Evaluate the men that you bring into your circle. Because you can't have peace at home and you can't expect him to come home if you're already unequally yoked. And I'm not just speaking on a biblical aspect. I'm speaking on a moral aspect.
Yes.
I'm speaking on an educational aspect.
Right.
I'm speaking on an economical aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if this dude is broke and you're the only one working and hustling and you guys meet each other, I mean, he can be the nicest man in the world, have the best personality, the cutest guy out there.
Absolutely.
But you understand that his drive and your drive don't match each other. So what do you think is going to happen when you get home and he's already there playing PlayStation? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's home. He done found his pieces of that controller. But you get home, you're not going to allow him to be peaceful because it's like, babe, this is all you've been doing all day?
Right. Because you're frustrated. You're frustrated because
you're tired.
You're tired. You're having to carry the brunt, which we're not designed really to do that.
Exactly.
That's true.
There you go.
Wow.
How much does, like, I guess, social media and reality TV play a role in the whole peace thing? Because, I mean, generally, none of that is peaceful.
No,
the housewives, the basketball wives,
So if we know that none of that is peaceful and that's all we're allowing into our gates, then obviously that's going to affect the peace that we have. Because we're always trying to prove something to someone. We're trying to create that perfect picture on Facebook, all the perfect picture and the perfect kids and all of that stuff. It's just amazing how much we just put ourselves into social media.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not sure what, like, the cutoff of it all. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just, is it the fact that women try to implement, like try to, I guess what's the word, like?
It's all false propaganda to me.
Yeah, because it's like bad nutrition.
Absolutely.
So why even indulge in that?
Yeah, it's false propaganda.
Because everybody does it.
Yeah, they do.
And it's entertainment.
Yeah, everybody does it, and we have a problem with always trying to be like the Joneses. You see what I'm saying? False propaganda.
Yeah.
We already know you got hell at home, but you taking all the best
photos.
best selfies, bro.
Yes.
I'm talking about, man, your kids are happy, knowing you ain't took care of no kid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand it because I've been there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, my kids live with me, but I swear if you look at their mama's pages, you can think that they the best. And I'm not saying they bad mothers.
Right, no.
Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, I don't post the pictures like that because I guess I don't have the time. I'm too busy being a dad. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, even when we're having fun, I'm concerned with, are my kids really having fun?
Right.
Because I work so hard to provide for them. I want them to be able to be loose and have fun and do good things too. You know, but man, it's just
it does. It makes you wonder if those people have jobs, because how do they have time to be on there all day? You know, but it's, again, I think that is a reflection of them and their self-worth.
Yeah.
That's where they're getting their value, is the number of likes that people have.
And that's interesting because, you know, I read a study about the insecurity of women and how social media is linked to that by looking at all these people on vacations and living this kind of life and wearing this designer, wearing that designer. That just lowers and lowers your self-esteem.
Right.
Why? Why would you even indulge in that? If you know
compare yourself to people.
The comparison issue.
Absolutely. And that's why we have the number of suicides that have gone up. Even from the youth perspective, you know, the number of kids who are committing suicide, the number of kids who are being committed to mental institutions, and it's all going back to the propaganda that's being promoted and put on a pedestal.
So then let's go back to the topic. So basically what we've said is, you know, how do you get your man to keep coming back home? And I guess we've talked about so many different topics. You know, we said we need to give him peace. But I guess what we're saying now, for you guys who might have gotten lost in our conversation, is giving him peace is creating and finding peace within yourself.
Absolutely.
And sometimes, in order to find the peace within yourself, you got to cut off certain things.
Absolutely.
And social media can possibly be a part of the reason why you're not peaceful and you're unable to provide peace for another individual.
Absolutely.
You know, so, you know, I pointed out generational. We also pointed out here social media taking the attention and, you know, some young women trying to follow others' leads, you know what I'm saying, and presenting false advertisement pertaining to what they have in home. maybe we need to start taking the time to cut our social media off, put our phones down, not only reevaluate ourselves, but let's reevaluate our relationship with our partners so that we can see.
Stay in
you know
tune.
what I'm saying? Yeah, stay in tune.
And our children.
Yeah, and our children. Most definitely.
Yes.
And that's probably the way you'll be able to find peace within yourself as well as be able to provide peace for your partner.
I agree.
You know, because it's very important that a father is in the household. You know, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how important it is for a man to be in the household and how important it is for a man to be able to come home and feel safe at home. You know, I've always pointed out that most men don't feel safe at home because in this society where I feel, you know, and I'm stepping on some toes, it's starting to be gender biased even more now. You know, not only is it gender biased, but it's gender sexual bias too. You know what I'm saying? That you know, it's hard for a man to tell his woman to, hey, leave me alone. Oh, you're so disrespectful to her. Girl, you don't have to take that. But you don't know what type of hell she's putting this man through.
Absolutely.
He's saying leave him alone because he's trying to keep himself from snapping.
Right.
You know, he could be the best man in the world, but because he done told his woman to stop harassing me, he's at fault. You know? Yeah, but there's no boundaries and limits when it comes to us as men. You know, if you
because
look at
now we're weak. You all are weak.
There you go.
Yeah.
You look at social media. I can see a woman jump on a man and fight a man and beat him down, and the likes will be 2, 3, 5, 600,000. And it's like, girl, that's what I'm talking about. Boy, did you see her?
Women empowerment.
Women empowerment. The wrong way though. See, this is totally the wrong way to empower a woman.
Absolutely.
But then if a man, like the football players, slap his woman or punch her, knock her out in the elevator because she done jumped on him and started beating him up. She totally initiated everything, but he defended himself the wrong way. Now,
lost his career.
He lost his career.
Right.
Yeah.
And they got married after that.
Right.
They got married right.
They did.
Yeah.
Yes,
Ray
they
Rice
did.
got married right after that.
Yes. And he wasn't the only one.
Oh wow.
But I'm just saying, you notice how it's like we're so gender biased right now. I just feel like, you know, we need to reevaluate ourselves as a people, as a culture, as a nation. You know, everyone has to be safe. You know, and trust me, I'm not saying women. This is not back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Women have rights, and I feel like women are supposed to have rights. And God even said that we are equal. You know what I'm saying? But let's not allow that to take away from the men and the power that we're supposed to have as men, the position we're supposed to have as men, because at the end of the day, and the responsibility.
Absolutely.
We're not made to just take everything that's given to us. We shouldn't have to.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, because if you ask yourself, you know, if somebody is, you know, say hitting your son or your brother or something like that, and you know, hitting him, he's not doing anything bad, but then one day he snaps and it's like, oh wow. This happened, you know what I'm saying? You gotta just recognize that people have limits. Whether it be emotional limits, whether it be physical limits.
Yes.
People got limits. And especially if you're underdeveloped emotionally.
There you go.
Oh, and that's a good one. Underdeveloped emotionally.
I love that.
I do too.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean my thing is the peace. My top 3. You know, I like the top 3s.
Yes, thank you.
So
Go
things
ahead.
to keep a man coming back home, like you said, the peace, persistence. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. If I know what I'm getting, I ain't coming into like I don't know what it's gonna be today.
Right.
You know, if I get a persistent person, that's cool, and you know, that'll keep a man away from home. That's how strong it is.
Yeah. Oh, that's very strong.
Keep a man away from
And see,
home.
the funny part is, I feel like women don't understand that. I feel women really totally don't understand that a man's sexual routine is what locks him into you. You see what I'm saying? If you develop that, if you empower yourself in that, if you respect that, if you understand that, that locks your man into you. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I'm not gonna come home and if you do something different, you know, I might be like, hold on, where you learn that from? Maybe I was on YouTube for a minute. Okay, cool. Just as long as you go nowhere else, I like that. Let's keep that up. We have to be intrigued too. We're gonna talk about that topic more in a minute, but I'm just saying that is very important.
That is very important.
Man.
That is very, because you guys are visual.
We are.
And social media and everywhere. I
gotta
mean,
touch it.
women are just, you know, women are just out there now.
Yeah.
They are. I was looking at a commercial for some spearmint gum.
Mhm.
Everything is sexually driven.
It is.
Everything is.
And
It's
so
tantalizing.
if we're allowing that into the gates of the man all of the time, and then we come home and we are hellish and won't take care of them properly, then, you know, they may as well go on our side.
So what if she has two of the three? What if she provides a peaceful place? What if she provides persistence? But that last one,
So I think that comes with a big C, communication.
okay.
People don't get divorced because of sex, money, or they get divorced because they can't communicate about those things.
You can't comprehend the communication.
And can't comprehend the community, and you can comprehend it if you choose to, if you're
That's
open
true.
to open to doing that. So if you love your spouse and you understand that your responsibility, I don't want to say job because we women get offended by that, but your responsibility is to take care of your husband at home.
Wait a minute.
Well, let's do this.
Wait. You see, I can offend them.
Yeah, they get
Yeah.
to
So
they
job,
get,
woman, come on,
they
we
get
got-
to
Exactly.
finish
That's how I
that
feel.
job.
Like, hey,
And
you
let's-
say my job is to keep those lights on, to keep that roof over your head.
Absolutely.
But woman, your job is to get on the knees. I'm sorry. You know, it's like at the end of the day, you know.
However it happens.
Yeah.
It is
But
Ramadan.
but yeah.
I'm keeping it PG. We already said PG 18.
Yeah, PG-18.
You know,
But
so
yes,
you gotta-
that is
Yeah.
you got to communicate about those things.
Well, can we say the two C's then, if you don't mind, Doc?
Okay, communicate and what else?
Compromise.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go.
I like it.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
buy that.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're rigid and uncompromising, that's not.
So
It's
we're
not
saying
gonna
that
work.
divorce don't happen because of money, infidelity, or what's the third one?
Sex. Oh, you said that.
Money,
Money,
sex,
sex,
money,
money.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, like you said, it's all because of communication and compromise.
And compromise. I agree.
Okay.
I can take that.
Wow.
So learn to communicate, learn to compromise with each
Yeah.
other, and learn to make a happy and create a happy home so that you both will be happy to come
Yes.
home too.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
But I know, we pointed out this fact, before we close out, we just want to let you women know, I want to let you know, this is my opinion once again, of course, don't play therapy, uncensored.
Okay.
It's all about how we feel. If you really pay attention to your man, he gives you the signs in which he's entertained in. Like I was telling you, doctor, I feel like that most men, when they have their home, they have their man cave. And if a woman really take the time to look through a man's man cave, because we like to design our own cave.
Right.
You know, we don't want your touch in there.
Right.
We want our own
Right,
fingerprint
right.
in there.
That's our essence.
Right.
That's our yeah.
Right.
So if you look at a man's man cave, you'll see exactly what he's into.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, if he has weights in the corner, okay, well then working out is his peaceful place.
Right.
So if I want to be a part of my man, why don't I say, hey babe, what time do you work out? Would you mind having a workout partner today?
Right.
Okay. Hey, he may have a pool table in there. He's got television. He got the game. Well, if we watching the game one day, why don't you pop some popcorn and take it in there with his beer? Baby, don't get up. I got you. And I'm gonna go retire in my room, do some work, read a book, whatever. You enjoy yourself. You see what I'm saying? Add to the peaceful place. Don't take away from it, because in all, you already see that man cave is going to describe everything that he likes.
He's into, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
If he got naked women, or if he got a woman of his kind, if it's liking, well, when you come in to work out with him, put on that sexy leotard that Joan Foster, what's her name,
Right.
Jane Foster, or Joan Foster back in the day used to
Oh,
wear. Whatever they put
wow.
up there.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Do
Way
something.
back.
Yeah. Do something that's intriguing. You know what I'm saying, to the man. You know.
Absolutely.
I'm just
Megan Thee
saying.
Stallion out there.
Gotcha.
There you go.
Gotcha.
You know, pay attention to what
Right.
he likes, because what we like is important.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that means we have to not be selfish then.
You can't be selfish. You gotta be
And that's
selfish.
and I think we're raising a generation of selfish individuals. It's all about me, my, and ours. We want what we want, and it doesn't matter what anybody else wants. It doesn't matter how anybody else it may offend them. Or we don't want to compromise because I want what I want.
That's true.
So we have to move past that if
Yeah.
we want a peaceful place.
Yes. Totally agree. So hey,
Hey man, that
I
was
like
good.
that, bro.
That was good.
Hey, okay. So at this time, that concludes the show.
Yeah, that concludes that topic, man.
I
You
like
know,
that. I like
what,
that.
What to do to keep a man coming home?
What to
You
do.
know?
Love it.
Like
Hey.
I said, we still with the lovely Doc.
Dr. Charlotte
Yeah,
Watson
If
Allen.
y'all are inquiring, here's the book.
Yes, let's show them this. This was her first book now,
Yeah,
guys.
man, I just
Get
purchased
out.
it off Amazon.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I got me a copy too. Breaking Free. Okay, Breaking Free. You can find it on Amazon.
Yep.
That's where I found mine.
These guys bought it.
That's where I found mine. So you guys go get a copy of that. Once again, thank you to Hooters. You know what I'm saying? They sponsor us. They take care of us. You know, so Hooters, Cedar Hill, Texas. It's a beautiful location. Come on down here and hang out. You can find, social media will be in the credits, guys. Y'all know my social media. You know, I'm your boy, the original John 20,
Jerry P.
and the wonderful, beautiful Dr. Charlotte Watson Allen. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Tell us what you think.